إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له نشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله وقال الله عز وجل في القرآن العظيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, my brothers and sisters Islam, for the blessing of Allah Azza wa Jal, for giving us this ability to come here and pray Jummah during the second week of Ramadan. On the same spot, 2 weeks ago, I just mentioned there are 5 hours left before we enter into the month of Ramadan. And here we are. Today, 5 hours approximately left before we almost enter into half of Ramadan. Imagine how the fast time is passing by. We are not even yet ready, and it is almost half is gone. We are not even yet ready. All of us, we may have different plans that I am going to finish maybe whole Quran during this time, or maybe 15 juz by the 15th of Ramadan. But we can see our dashboard, we can see our performance, we can see our evaluation, where we stand as of today. Maybe I have planned that I'm going to, going to help people to break the iftar, or help them in, break the fast. And I couldn't do that. So many plans we did, but that today is the time to evaluate those plans. Where I stand, where I was, what was my vision, and where I stand as of now. A person who are the gold medalists, the person who went ahead of the game, they may have finished the Quran. A person who finished the Quran, just recitation, not even understanding, without even tadabbur, without even memorization, just reading of it, he may have read 320,000 haruf, the letters. And in a profound hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we have been told that every single letter of Quran, you get a reward of 10. At least 3 million hasanat he got till now. And Ramadan is different. And the most letters which are read in Quran, you know what are those letters? Alif, the most mentioned letter in Quran. The second one, Lam, the second most letter mentioned in Quran. The third one, Mim, is the most mentioned letters in Quran. So may Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala give us ability to recite Quran and be connected with the book of Allah. If we are not yet felt the Ramadan, it is possibility we are not yet even into Ramadan, we are not even feeling about it. I want to mention one of profound hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned in Ibn Majah, that Talha bin Ubaidullah narrates that 2 men from Bali, they became Muslim at the same time. At the same time, they became Muslim. And one of them, he was there are different kind of people. He was always striving in the path of Allah, working day and night, hard, going in the path of Allah. And he died as a shaheed. He martyred. The other one is a laid back man, like us, maybe praying the first prayers, fasting the month of Ramadan, like simple, very simple person. And he remained 1 more year. And lo and behold, both passed out, they died at the same time. The Shaheed died a year earlier than the other one. So Shaheed died, let's say today, the other one died 1 year later. And Talha bin Ubaidullah says, I saw in a dream that I am at the door of Jannah, and these two men are also there. And the doors of Jannah opened, someone came, he took the man who died 1 year later into Jannah. He left behind the shaheed, the martyr one. And then later on, someone came and he took the shaheed into Jannah. And after a while, someone came, he said, Talha, your turn, irje, you go back. Your turn has not yet come. And Talha woke up from his dream and he narrated this dream to companion, like they were strange, they were surprised, all of them. And the news came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when they were gathered, he sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned that Min ayyi dhalik ta'ajubun, what are you surprised at? Why are you so astonished? And he asked the question, didn't this man live 1 more year than the shaheed? They said, Qalu bala, yes, Ya Rasulullah. And he said, Wa adraka Ramadan, he found Ramadan? He said, yes. Fasayama, did he fast? He fasted? He said, yes. Fasalla kada kada, he prayed so and so prayer? And he said, yes, Ya Rasulullah. He said, now the difference between the shaheed and this man in whose life the 1 more Ramadan came is baina samai wal ard, is the heaven and the earth. 1 Ramadan created the difference between shaheed. Shaheed, Anbiya, Siddiqeen, Shuhada, Salihin, the 3rd category. This man, a simple man, he went ahead of shaheed because of 1 Ramadan. So my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, this is the blessed month Allah Ta'ala has given it to us. One of our youngsters from our Masjid, Waverly Masjid, Grand Masjid, 42 years, you may know him. Subhanallah, he's sitting, he just passed away. Very fit individual, very pious, mashallah person. May Allah bless him, give him Jannatul Firdausul A'la. We know him, very good thing, only know good thing about him. 42, you are not even just ready, sitting with their family, just passed away. So may Allah Ta'ala give us blessing. The 4 other things, my dear brothers, I just want to mention a reminder for myself and other one. It's about the Jumu'ah. Today is the Jumu'ah. And there's 2 Jumu'ah left. I want to share with you one profound hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, narrated by Aus bin Aus radiyallahu anhu, that a person who does 5 things on the day of Jumu'ah, he takes a ghusl on the day of Jumu'ah. He comes to the masjid early. He sits near the imam. He listens to the khutbah attentively and he remains silent. These 5 things. He takes a ghusl in the morning. He comes to the masjid early and he sits near the imam in the nearby and he listens to the khutbah attentively and he remains silent. You know what Allah Ta'ala is going to grant him? For every single step he has taken. We have now stopwatch. Watches, smart watch, we can count our number of steps. For every step, it's 1 year of fasting and 1 year of praying, every step. Today what happened? 8 o'clock in the morning, in one of the big grand masjid, I don't want to mention the name, 8 o'clock early in the morning, there was a youngster. He came to pray Jummah at 8 o'clock. And imagine, he's not even a born Muslim. He's a revered Muslim. He knew this hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam once in life, and he is the first one ahead of all the born Muslimin. Sitting 8 o'clock near the Imam, 8 o'clock in the morning, to pray Jummah. And what is his age? 17 years. Sami'na wa atana. We heard, we acted upon it. He may have heard this hadith one time in life, and he is the one, he is the head of every single other man in the whole city. May Allah Ta'ala make us like those kind of individuals. May Allah Azza give us ability to, when Allah give us this time of Jummah, any other Jummah, we do the worship which we are supposed to do. There are 2 Jummah remaining, my dear brother, do not let it go. These are the Jummah of Ramadan. May Allah give us blessing to take benefit from it. The third thing I want to mention, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was coming from a journey, from a Hajj. He met Sinan al-Ansariya radiyallahu anha. And he asked her that why didn't you go with us? Go with us in the Hajj. She said, it seemed like she was sad. She said, Ya Rasulullah, we have 2 camels. My husband and my son, they took 1 camel and they went with you in the Hajj. And I'm alone here. And I have 1 camel left, I'm irrigating. And he sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned something profound because of this Ansariya Sahabi. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned, فَإِنَّ أُمْرَةَ fi Ramadan Hajjah. Surely performing Umrah in Ramadan is Hajj. And he said, Hajjah ta'dilu ma'i, is the Hajj with me. Al-Hajj ma'a Rasulillah. Hajj with Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. The only one Hajj which happened in the world. Performing Umrah in Ramadan is equal to Hajj. The brothers and sisters in Islam, whoever Allah has given resources, time, wealth, and health, and they get this chance, do during Ramadan. You will feel it. It's different than any other month. And if you're traveling, make your trip like that. Pass by the house of Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. You know how much time it takes? One Umrah, 2.5 hours only. But every single dollar you spend in the path of Allah, it will be multiplied by 100 and 1,000 of. Is going to multiply. That is the third thing I want to mention. The fourth thing, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, during Aisha radiallahu anha mentioned that when the last 10 nights of Ramadan will enter, Rasulullah sallallahu would do 3 things. When the last 10 nights of Ramadan will come, he sallallahu would do 3 things. Number 1, Shadda Mizra. He said, will tighten his belt. The married people, he would sallallahu not go close to his wives. You know what I'm talking about. That he said, will not close to his wives. The second thing, wa ahya layla. He sallallahu will make the night alive. He will worship all the night during the last 10 nights. The third thing he sallallahu would do it, aikada ahla. He would wake up his wife, wake up his children, all the ahlu ayal, his family member, he sallallahu would wake them up during this night, the last 10 nights, because these are different. And Ibn Abbas radiallahu anh mentioned that Rasulullah sallallahu was the most generous, ajwadan nas. He sallallahu was the most generous during this month because the Quran was being revealed. Jibreel alayhi salam was, he was going to come and recite Quran they will recite Quran to each other during these nights. So there was no generous person than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In other profound hadiths mentioned that he sallallahu alaihi wasallam would do exert a lot of effort during the last 10 nights of Ramadan, like no other way. He sallallahu alaihi wasallam, like he would do effort in Ramadan, he would not do in any other month. The last 10 nights he will do a lot of effort. So may Allah Azza wa Jalla give me and all of ability to do that, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam. And one unique thing Rasulullah sallallahu did, every single year of his life, he did it all the time. And that was doing itikaf during the last 10 nights of Ramadan. In any case, in a couple of instances, he sallallahu did not do itikaf, he made it up in the next 10 days. In the Shawwal, he made it up. So itikaf, why we do itikaf? To search the Laylatul Qadr, which we have been promised that it is in the Inna anzalnahu fi Laylatul Qadr. Wa ma adraka ma Laylatul Qadr. Laylatul Qadr khayrum min alfi shahr. This is the one night which is better than 1,000 months. Why you sit in itikaf? You want to get the blessing of Laylatul Qadr. You want to seek Laylatul Qadr. You want to get, find Laylatul Qadr. So may Allah Tabarak, if you have ability, my brothers and sisters in Islam, sit in an atkaf wherever masjid which is close to you. If you have time, if you can sit for 10 days, do those. If you can sit on the odd nights, sit on those days. If you, even for some days, you can sit even for 3 days. Or make, whenever you are coming to the masjid, just make niyat of itikaf. That I'm making niyat of itikaf. So that's the fourth thing. The last thing I want to mention, my brothers and sisters in Islam, we mentioned in the last khutbah as well, that is doing dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, supplication to Allah azza wa jalla. Make dua in your own language. We may sometimes reciting in Arabic and something, but we do not feel connection with it because that is not my language. You have whatever language you speak, like the mother and the child relationship, they have that kind of relationship. When he cries, the child cries, even he does not speak one word from his mouth, mother understands what he's asking, what he needs. In the same way, my brothers and sisters in Islam, during these 10 nights, do a lot of dua, even during the month of Ramadan, every single time. The time, one of the most important, the Imam, when he sits in the khutbah, just that few seconds, 2-3 seconds, that's the time of acceptance of dua. You know, after every first salah is the time of acceptance of dua. Between the ikama and the ikama and the azan, there is acceptance of dua. At the time of, in Jummah, from Asr till the Maghrib, there is a time acceptance of dua. At the time of Tahajjud, that's a time of acceptance of dua. There's so many Ramadan, so many blessings, we should not miss it. We are driving, make dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We are flying, make dua. Going to the office, make dua. Make dua for yourself, your children, and your generation to come. May Allah Azza wa Jal give me and all of us ability to do that. So I'm just summarizing. The first thing I mentioned is taking the benefit from Ramadan. Only 15 days left, my brothers and sisters. The second thing, take from the blessing of Jummah. The third thing, if you have ability to go in the path of Allah to perform Umrah, do so. And the fourth thing, try to do itikaf during the last 10 nights of Ramadan. The fifth thing, be connected with Allah Azza wa Jal by making a lot of dua. وَقُولُوا قَوْلِ هَذَا وَاسْتَغْفِرُ اللَّهِ لِي وَلَكُمْ وَلِسَائِرِ الْمُسْلِمِينَ إِنَّهُ هُوَ الْغَفُورُ الرَّحِيمُ. إِنَّ اللَّهَ وَمَلَائِكَتَهُ يُصَلُّونَ عَلَى النَّبِيِّ يَا أَيُّهَا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا صَلُّوا عَلَيْهِ وَسَلِّمُوا تَسْلِيمًا. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وبارك وسلم. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إنا كنا من الظالمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار وادخلنا جنة مع الأبرار. يا عزيز يا غفار يا رب العالمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب. يا مقلب القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك. يا مصرف القلوب صرف قلوبنا على طاعتك. يا إله العالمين, O Allah, give steadfastness to our hearts, O Allah. Do not astray us once you have guided us. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. Ya إله العالمين, make our spouses and our children the coolness of our eyes. Make us all the leaders of the pious people. Innaka ala kulli shayin qadir. O Allah, you can do everything. Ya Ilahi, give us ability to those actions which become sadaqah jariyah for us till the Yawm al-Qiyamah. Innaka ala kulli shayin qadir. Ya Ilahi, increase in our risk. O Allah, make things easy for us. Innaka anta khairur raziqeen. Ya Ilahul Alameen, O Allah, this is the month of Ramadan. We were not yet ready during the previous day. O Allah, give us ability that remaining 15 days become the best time we have ever passed in our previous life. Innaka ala kulli shayin qadir. Ya Ilahul Alameen, grant us all Laylatul Qadr, Ya Ilahul Alameen. Ya Allah, give us ability to connect with the book of Allah. Give us ability to do a lot of dua during this month. Innaka ala kulli shayin qadir. Ya Ilahul Alameen, O Allah, open the doors of Khayr, Rahma, mercy, blessing, easy for us. Innaka ala kulli shayin qadir. Innaka anta khairul fatihin. Allahumma arham ummata Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma astur ummata Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma ajbur ummata Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Rabbi irhamhum kama rabbawna sighara. Ya Ilahul Alameen, have special mercy upon our parents as they have been merciful with us. Rabbi irhamhum kama rabbawna sighara. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun ala al-mursaleen. Walhamdulillahi rabbil